Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend, and this is our third installment of today. But this is for December 14th, or the 14th day of Podmas. So this is the Fat and Black Connection Podmas. I am Mark, your fat friend. James, of course, is doing his beer advent calendar, which you can see tonight at 8:15 p.m., I think. It doesn't look like he has one scheduled, so I don't know if he's planning to go live or what. We'll see. But yeah, so today we're releasing four videos for me because I needed to get caught up. I have not had one so far today that I really, really loved. The two that I've had so far, they're okay. They're okay. We did break into the new book, Adventure, and yesterday's was, or the last episode, not yesterday, I guess, was Fielden from England. It was a rye whiskey. Um, So, having some fun here. If you haven't ever checked out the Fat and Black Connection, the actual show that James and I do regularly, please do. We do go live Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific, to be specific. And we do a lot of fun stuff. We talk about some of the audio dramas that we produce with 97 and Now Productions, Murphy's Inc. We also produce Oak Bridge, which was a huge success this last summer, had its first season. Almost 250,000 downloads with 10 episodes, so immensely successful. So check us out. Like I said, every Wednesday night we go live. It's an interactive podcast where we talk to you and talk about stuff that we find interesting. And yeah, so with that, talking about interesting stuff, let's dive on into some whiskey. With the Whiskey Tour of the World, this is number 14. Of course, as you can see on the screen where I have my handy dandy guidebook, this is Destilería y Bodega Abasolo. This is out of Mexico. So our first Mexican corn whiskey. Corn. 43% alcohol by volume. Abasolo Whiskey is the first dedicated whiskey distillery in Mexico with a farm to bottle approach, founded in 2017, so relatively young. Destilería y Bodega Abasolo is also one of the highest whiskey distilleries in the world at 7,800 feet. Their method: harvest, trimming, nixtamalization, roasting, milling, malting, moshing, slow fermentation, double distillation, barrel aging. Over on the other page, we've got Abasolo whiskey, Mexican cacahuazantili, corn, is prepared using a 4,000-year-old cooking method called nixtamalization, a process that includes soaking the corn in a lime water alkaline solution. After nixtamalization, the corn is roasted and then milled in a stone tortilla mill until it becomes a fine flour that serves as the base for the whiskey. Interesting. It has won some awards. It's got a gold 2023 Ascot Awards, 95 point in 2021 IWSC, triple gold and 94 points 2023 MLSA competition, double gold 2021 SIP Awards, and gold 2021 World Whiskey Masters of the Spirits Business. Okay. Tasting notes on the nose: corn, toffee, tart apple, chamomile tea. Palate: deep, nuanced notes of roasted corn, honey, and vanilla, complemented by black tea and leather notes. Finish: white pepper, dab of oak, corn, and light spices linger. I will say this sounds like something I would probably really like, especially as a nice cigar whiskey. But again, this is purely going based off the tasting notes, which, as I've described before, I'm not a sommelier and I don't necessarily pick up on all of this stuff. But based on the description, based on some of the prior whiskeys we've drank, this sounds like it might be one I'll enjoy. So here's the bottle. Abasolo. It says ancestral grain spirits, nixtamalized, according to ancient traditions, copper pot distilled, Alma de la Tierra Abasolo distillado in Mexico, 100% ancestral corn, hecho in Mexico, crafted using the finest ancestral corn cultivated over generations for its distinctive flavor and aged in American oak barrels, resulting in a rich and smooth spirit. Distilled from Kakuawa Natazilan ancestral corn. Sorry. Let's see, 43% alcohol by volume, 86 proof. Destilería y Bodega Abasolo, 50 mils, aged not less than 24 months, and it is a product of Mexico. I bet this is going to have a strong scent coming off of it. And it does, but it's not a stinging scent. It's not a. Yeah, there's definitely a scent of corn, frankly, coming off of this. This is interesting. I've had corn whiskey before. I actually recently had a corn whiskey out of the St. Louis area by Wood Hat Distillery, which, if you've never checked them out, I highly recommend checking out Wood Hat. And their bourbonesque, it is a bourbon. I'm sorry, it's Rubenesque bourbon. It is 100 proof, but it is delicious. It was fantastic. But let's get back to the Abasolo. Of course, in the Whiskey Tour of the World's lovely glass. Now that it's had a moment to open up. See, this has almost a cidery, like fruity scent to it, which they don't describe. Well, they do say tart apples. So I was going to say pear, but I definitely picking up some apple type smells and corn. All right, let's see. So it has a really strong, robust, harsh, almost alcohol taste to it, which comes from the corn. Because I've had like a couple corn whiskeys, and I think quite literally a couple. This will probably be my third, and they generally are harsher than some of the others that are more wheat based. Not that it's a bad thing. It's a matter of what you're looking for. I'm not picking up honey, vanilla. I'm not even really picking up any leather notes. Second sip, much smoother. I am getting that dab of oak and a little bit of that white pepper on the back end. Um, Overall, I would say this is pretty good. I would say we're on day 14, so this is probably in my top half, so my top seven, um, but probably close to the middle. It's probably a 6 or 7. Um, but I would say, if you happen to be in Mexico or somewhere where you can find Abasolo, I'd say give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? And we'll be back tonight. I've got one more to do. And of course, James's beer advent calendar will be on this evening as well. So look forward to seeing you in a little while. Or I'll see you real soon.